Hey guys, and welcome to episode 195 of the Gaming Death Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. With me tonight, we have Hollowblade.
Yes.
And
yes,
K-Train.
yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm here.
What's
it looks
going on,
like I'm
guys?
here. Not too much.
Not too much?
Not too much. Just trying to get through the week, man.
Yep. Well, it's Thursday.
It's
Thursday.
Thursday, so close.
Tomorrow's payday.
For you.
For me. For everybody. Yeah. It's Friday.
Oh, I get paid bi-monthly.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's fine.
How are you, Hollowblade?
It's fucking cold.
It's very cold.
It
How
really
cold is it?
It's fucking.
The cold is literally
It's
fucking.
just fucking, yeah.
It's so cold in our room that we ate French toast for dinner, and then Dawn came upstairs and just went to bed. She's like, it's too cold to be awake. And I have to go outside in the snow at 11 o'clock and be like, oh, time to walk the dog.
Yay.
Yay. Before we get into the big show, the big part of the show, the meat and potatoes of the show, I just want to wish one of our fans, probably our super fan, a very happy birthday. That's Racing John. Happy birthday, good sir.
Happy birthday, John. I might have said something on Facebook. I can't remember. But happy birthday.
And Hollow doesn't care about you, so he doesn't say
Happy
anything.
birthday, John. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Racing
Kaleb,
John.
sing him a sexy song.
That was my attempt of singing it how I imagine a woman popping out of a cake would sing it, but I didn't do a very good job because I'm obviously not an attractive woman with the falsetto that pops out of cakes. So I did my best.
I mean, you can pretend. I guess
I did. It didn't. It didn't tend. It didn't even tend halfway.
Hollow, you're really low, by the way.
What? Oh, my mic might be slightly far away.
Yeah, you taking testosterone pills? Your voice is just really deep. You just must.
I don't know
It's really
what. I don't even know.
I'm really tired.
Yeah, I'm dead-ass tired, too. My bipolar is, like, in full swing, and my mania is, like, rocking hard, so I've been going to bed at, like, 4 a.m. every day and waking up at, like, 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Your what is hard?
My mania.
This mania is so fucking hard, you don't even know.
Mania? It's part of bipolar. Sometimes I'm depressed, but most of the time I'm, like, really hyper and can't stop moving, and my brain's going 1,000 miles an hour.
Sometimes he's up, sometimes he's down.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
works.
Yeah. I never get to just be... I never just
Sometimes
get to be
he's
flat.
upside down. Sometimes he gets flip turns upside down.
Flip turned upside down.
There's two sides to every Schwartz. But he has both. The upside and the downside.
All the sides.
He's got all sides of the Schwartz.
May the Schwartz be with you.
May the Schwartz be with you. What's going on? What's going on, guys?
Nothing. I beat my third game so far this year.
Nice.
Which was Watch Dogs 2, which I know that you had beat like a day before I did.
Yeah, coincidentally, I returned to it after like 2 months and was like, I should play some Watch Dogs 2. And then I didn't stop playing Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
That's the nature of Watch Dogs in general.
Well, my new goal is to try and beat a different game every weekend.
Alright.
And that's kind of how it's been like all of February.
Okay.
So because I beat Resident Evil 7 the weekend before. Yeah. And then I beat Watch Dogs 2 this past weekend. And Watch Dogs 2 is a really good game.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it up until the end.
The ending's shit. Like
The ending's really bad.
People talk about like the endings of all these other games. My problem with Watch Dogs 2 is they set up a villain, and they make that villain out to be like this huge bad guy.
Like, super powerful, knows everything, controls everything, you're never gonna stop him, 10 steps ahead kind of guy.
And, like, he's supposedly, like, on the same hacking level as you as well. Like, he can get into all this shit, and he's, like, super smart.
Yeah.
And then, like,
You catch him with his pants down like a bad Scooby-Doo villain at the end, and he's like, "Oh, you dang kids!"
Spoilers for Watch Dogs 2 ending, which nobody's playing. Nobody's playing that game.
Which is unfortunate because it's way better than the first one, but I guess everyone got burned on the first one or something.
You go up against the big bad guy, the big bad hipster guy with the man bun, and the last mission they do what every game seems to do these days, and they throw an enemy gauntlet at you, which I'm so goddamn sick of the fucking enemy gauntlets at the end of games.
There's a lot of enemy gauntlets. I got so frustrated with the one in Watch Dogs 2. I actually, like, when you're Marcus, the one you, like, after you do your super hack and then you have to escape from the Bloom headquarters.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I literally just ran in a huge circle around everyone and was not caught until I was about to go through the final door, and then they started shooting, but I was already opening the door and starting the cutscene. I was so bad.
Not the final door. Anything but that.
Door.
You know the door the room that you're in, and you can control the door with your hacking when that cutscene like right after the cutscene ends.
Yeah,
I kept the door shut, turned the power off on it, and would just snipe them through the glass. And I just killed everybody that way.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good strategy. It's
my biggest problem though is I played most of that game not killing anybody, like not shooting a fucking bullet, and then the end of that game is just like, well, have fun. Shoot everybody that you can.
Yeah, I was pretty much the same way, except towards some of the later missions when I started getting really tired of... Because they'd start doing all that shit, and they'd send, like, totally crazy enemies, and you get spotted once, and you just die. It felt like. Unless you were, like, preparing. So, by the end, I eventually just started unleashing, and even then it wasn't easy necessarily. And then the last mission, like I said, I didn't even care anymore.
But I did the same thing when I got to that last room right before the exit door. I just beelined it far to the left. I made a blackout happen. I overloaded their comms and just ran to the door. And I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. And then you ring the big bad guy's doorbell, and you're like, yep, we took you down. And he's like, no, you didn't. And then his phone rings, and it's like, oh, you should answer that.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, yeah, remember how you knew everything we were going to do like 20 minutes before we did it? Yeah, somehow you just didn't know about this. And he's like, oh no, and that's the end of the game. It's like I'm not even kidding. Like, it's so dumb. And then and like it wouldn't even be... The problem is that the whole game is building up momentum towards like this major showdown, and like some pretty gnarly plot twists happen. And then the ending is just like not exciting at all. It's just kind of meh. Like the whole last mission is kind of... Well, some parts of the last mission are cool. But as a last mission and as an end to all that build-up, it's just meh.
Well, see, I had another problem towards the end of the game where
blue balls.
They
plot blue balls is the best way I can describe it.
I had a big problem with they set up this conflict between the leader of DedSec, the graffiti chick, and T-Bone.
Yeah, that too. That's like a plot. That's like kind of a plot thing they develop, and then it literally goes nowhere and does not come up again. Just like, yeah, everyone's cool with each other. It's fine, whatever.
Like, even going into the last mission, they're dicks to each other. And
like,
then,
what is the point?
And then they're like, oh, I guess we're all cool. And I was like, because I was waiting for, at the end when you walk into the room with the dude's room with T-Bone, I was like, okay, so this is where T-Bone's going to turn on me.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen, and it feels like it should have.
Yeah, I wonder, like... I really wonder about the development of that game and like just the whole... I wonder about the whole development cycle of it, because it feels like I liked everything about the game until that. It's almost like the best way I could describe it is if you got halfway through Red Dead Redemption and then suddenly it just decided to end itself. Like, that's literally what it feels like, which is like, what the fuck? And like a really good story that has some really interesting things happen, eventually just like it just goes kaput completely and nothing happens. Everything that was building up just doesn't come to anything. It's really frustrating.
Okay, we're spoiling. I'm going to be spoiling Watch Dogs 2, by the way, so be prepared. I'm going to be spoiling some plot things in my little rant I'm about to do. So if you don't want to hear anything about the ending or the story of Watch Dogs 2, skip ahead a few minutes in the podcast or go take a piss or something.
Okay.
I
I'll
got
be right back.
really, really pissed at the fact that they killed Horatio because I had no feelings towards him at all.
That was confusing and was like part of a almost like a side quest chain,
That's what it
which
felt like.
which was weird because he was like a main character in your group that except well he was a main character that rarely ever showed up for some reason, and then they just kill him.
Right, you
And it's
do
like,
that. You do the mission where like where you're the bus driver, and you're like, okay, there's a little bit of development there, but you're nowhere
Yeah.
near attached to Horatio as I was to Sledge
Wrench.
Wrench.
Wrench is the best character.
Like he's
It's
one of
like-
my favorite characters, or Satara, or
Satara's cool.
Josh.
All the other characters are actually surprisingly well developed and fleshed out throughout the game.
And then it's
Really
just
well.
like,
They're cool.
and then it's just like, oh, Horatio's dead, and you're like, oh, okay. But Marcus is really pissed about it, and I'm like,
Yeah. And he's
um,
really,
you talked to that dude for like a day.
yeah. And then you go on to kill a bunch of gang members, and it's like, this is fine, and that's it.
Yeah, it becomes
And you're
old
kind of
dogs.
just, and you're kind of just over it. You're kind of just over what happened altogether after just killing some gang members.
That little like weird thread really pissed me off as part of the main story, and the whole thing that happened with Wrench and the FBI.
That was also confusing because it just like works towards this crazy buildup with momentum, because again, like the villain comes in and of course he's 10 steps ahead of you, and then you kind of help out your buddy and then you just completely forget about it. And then the villain disappears until like 3 hours later in the game when you catch up with his pants down.
The FBI forgets about it too.
The FBI just disappears. They're not in the plot anymore. It's the best.
And I was like,
Is it?
No, it's not.
Is it just the best?
It's really bad,
but
actually.
what makes it so sad about that game is I really like the world that Ubisoft created. I like this San Fran Miami that they created. I like the world.
I actually surprisingly really liked what they did with the characters, which is a big turn from like the first game where everyone was kind of meh. Well, except for I actually really liked T-Bone in the first game. But he doesn't really do a lot here. He kind of shows up and says some lines and works in the background. That's about it. But
And they build up something happening between him and Sitara, and then it never happens.
and then nothing happens.
I was waiting for the reveal that he was her father too. That was the other thing that I thought might have happened.
That would have been strange, but it would have been something.
Because like they're building up like why the hostility between the two. Like they even cut away and are like, don't use Marcus. We know how much you like to scapegoat. You like to have people as scapegoats. And then nothing happens from it. And I'm like,
Nothing happens.
and I'm a little mad that they didn't let me play as the autistic kid.
Oh, as Josh?
Yeah, you play as Sitara, you play as Wrench, but they don't let you play as Josh. I was like, that'd be a great like using the RC car and the drone mission to control
Yeah.
Josh, and then it doesn't happen.
And they don't let you play as Horatio.
No,
Oh
'cause
wait,
he
he's dead.
dies.
I already forgot he was dead.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's how much he mattered. No, I seriously thought that for a brief second
was
in the
so
right in the final
important.
mission. I was like, wait, where's Josh and Horatio? Oh, Horatio's dead. Oh well. All right, let's keep going.
It's fine.
It's how much it mattered. Oh.
But I'd say pick up Watch Dogs too. It's like $30 these days.
Yeah, it's a fun game. There's a lot of really good side quests and stuff to do that are pretty cool.
The world's really vibrant and feels really alive. That's what
Yes,
I
it
really
does.
like about it. Like
But yeah, no, it is, and there's
the fact when you do like a mission or even like a side quest and then you hack people's phones, you'll hear them having phone conversations about the shit you've done in game. I thought that was a really nice touch.
It's really fun. I like how they added a lot of really interesting powers on top of like what they already had from the first game. Like we talked about this. Like there's two similar powers. One that makes it so that you end up making someone. You can point to someone and put them on a gang's kill list, and the gang will just show up and start a fight with that person and like with whatever group that person is. Or you can like put someone at the highest wanted level and then just have the cops show up and do the same thing, which is super fun for some of the later missions when you like don't care enough to start fighting people or to shoot your way through, and you can just let them fucking duke it out and just hide in the corner. Just a lot of really interesting ideas that went into that game, just again half-baked in the end, unfortunately.
Story-wise.
But it's still
mechanic-wise not half-baked at all.
Oh no, I mean just in general the mechanics are really good. Everything about the mechanics is great, which is why it's a really fun game to play. It feels like a genuine evolution of the first game, and the story is really fun up until the end. And
I want more people to buy this. I want a third one.
I want a third one where they got so close in this one and then they just shit the bed by the end, and I really want to give them another chance to just make everything okay. Let's see what happens.
What have you been playing, Hollow Blade? I heard you got a review copy of a game.
Yeah, so I don't know, did I talk about this last week, how Tales of Bersaria apparently comes out in 2018?
Yes.
According to Amazon.
So I had an interesting discussion with Amazon, and they agreed to send me an early review copy of it, and I got it in the mail a few days ago, which is great. So now, hold on a second. So now I'm playing through Tales of Bersaria, and that game hasn't even come out until next year. It's pretty good, actually.
How is it?
It's great. That's what I'm saying. It's great.
Oh,
it actually reminds me of Tales of Xillia.
Okay.
That was the PS3 one, right?
Yeah, that was the PS3 one. So there's Tales of Zestiria came out. I didn't really like. That's the PS4 one.
It was Tales of Zestiria.
Yeah, and
There's so many fucking weird names they've made up.
I didn't really like that one per se. So, what?
What the hell?
Sorry, no, I'm playing. So I'm also playing. Well, right now I'm playing Pokemon TCG Online.
Oh.
And the game let me play a card, and it was like, sorry, just kidding, you can't. There's nothing you can tutor for this. So
you don't get to play a card.
Go fuck yourself. That's what it just said, but it's all right. But yeah, so it's pretty good. I haven't played too far into it, so I don't actually know, but it seems all right.
Huh.
It seems like it's a game that's right down my alley.
So since you have a year early full release review copy of this game, you gonna be like streaming it and stuff?
I should, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll get in trouble for streaming early.
Did you sign an NDA?
No, but they might hunt me down.
If you didn't sign an NDA, then you're fine. Believe me, as the guy that controls what we can talk about in review copies of stuff, I can tell you, as long as we don't sign an NDA, or I don't sign an NDA, you can talk about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
Huh, indeed.
Huh, indeed. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you've been playing an interesting game.
I bought Nioh today.
Bought Nioh.
Because I was up to like 3 o'clock this morning watching LPs of Nioh, and I was like, this game looks really, really good. It looks exactly what I want to play right now. So I bought it, and it's probably one of the best games I've played.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty sounds like a good game.
It's very good. It's like Bloodborne. It's a very nice mixture of Bloodborne meets Dark Souls.
I really thought you were going to say naughty.
No,
Bloodborne meets Naughty?
It's because you have to be slow, and you have to. It's very much about Nioh's combat is very much about managing your stamina.
Yeah, because like unlike Bloodborne or Dark Souls, where if you run out of stamina, you can't do anything. You literally like stumble when you run out in that game, right?
If you get hit, you get frozen for a little while. It also opens you up to one-hit kills if you're out of stamina.
Wait, the enemy can kill you in one hit?
The enemy can kill you in one hit if you run out of stamina.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
There's special like one-hit kill moves. If they hit you with a normal attack, you actually get stunned and you're basically can't move or do anything at all until it gets halfway up.
So is this Dark Souls hard or is this easier than Dark Souls?
If you had asked me that question about an hour ago, I would have said it's easier than Dark Souls.
But shit got real.
I got to the first boss, who's this big demon thing with these two giant metal balls, and I was like, oh, he's really slow, he's really easy.
Yeah, balls.
He just basically swings the balls around, slams them on the ground. Oh, this guy's gonna be
you said balls.
Once you get him down to like 1/3 health, you break the chains that are on the chain chomps that he has around his wrists, and he goes like Super Saiyan and becomes super quick, and he starts throwing the balls at you, and he starts creating like these demon portals, which makes your stamina refresh like at 1/3 of its normal rate.
Ooh.
So you have to key blast, which is whenever you attack, this blue light sparkles by you. And if you press R1 at the right time, it does a key pulse, which cleanses the area. So you gotta cleanse them and attack him, and dodge, and cleanse, and attack, and dodge. It took me like 4 or 5 tries to beat him. He was a pain in the ass. I was getting really mad. But I really like the combat. You've played the demo, right, Caleb?
I played the first demo. I think there was actually 3 leading up to the release, and I think I talked about it a little bit actually on one of the podcasts. But as of the first demo, the game was like fucking hard. Like that game was intense, even as far as like Dark Souls and Bloodborne are concerned. And I think they might have made the second and third demos easier, but I really don't know. That was my only experience with it, but it did seem like a really interesting game.
Like the game's not easy. Don't think that the game is easy. I've probably died like 40 times in 6 hours. The game is not easy.
Okay.
The game is easier if I'm really aggressive. You can pick from like 5 different weapons, and you get to choose 2 of them, and it's at the beginning of the game, basically. And that determines like what stats you want to concentrate on. I went with double swords and spears, and I used double swords at the medium stance, and I'm super aggressive. And it just lets me mow through most people. As long as you know how to like dodge, and when to block, and when to back off, and when to go in. It's the combat is so in depth. Like I've never played a game where you get a choice between like 5 weapons that you can switch. You can switch between 2 of them on the fly. You get 2 ranged weapons that you can switch between 2 of them on the fly, and then each weapon has 3 stances, and each stance has its positives and its negatives, and it's just like knowing when to switch and what stance to be in and what weapon to use and what you're fighting against and learning enemy patterns. It's just really it's strategic and it's cool, and the story's not bad. The story's like very much Tom Cruise Last Samurai, but with monsters and demons.
Oh, good.
Like,
oh, good. Oh, good.
I cannot stop playing this game. I came home on lunch today, was the first time I played it, and I played it for about 20 minutes. And I beat, you start the tutorial in like this jail cell, and you play through the whole thing, and that basically sets up the story. And then when I came home, that's when you start the game proper. And I chose my weapons, and then I fought my first person. The first guy I fought killed me. Like, no problem, just killed me. And I was like, fuck. I'm in for a hard-ass time. And then I was able to kill him, and then it's you get that sensation that you get in Dark Souls, Caleb, or when you're throwing your head against the wall, and you're like, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. And then when you finally conquer and overcome a section, you're like, all right, I got this. And you feel really accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nioh in a nutshell. Just like, all
Okay.
right, I can do this. I can do this. And then you get through it, and then there's a mission select, so it's not like this whole giant open world like you're used to in Dark Souls.
Okay.
But each of the missions, they tell you like, oh, you should be level 12 for this. I'm level 13 right now. I just completed a level 15 mission, so just like in Dark Souls, your level is less important than the skill that you have.
Okay.
It's buy it. Everybody go out and buy Nioh. It's worth it.
Game of the year so far.
Well, yeah, it's like the only game from 2017 I've played.
I know, that's why I said.
Like, ask me that again on March 3rd. And my answer will probably change.
March 3rd. Persona won't be out then.
No, but Breath of the Wild's out then.
Curious. But you won't have oh, is it coming onto the Wii U?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Twilight Princess of the Wii U.
Oh, good old Twilight Princess.
Hopefully it's nowhere near as bad.
Good old Twilight Princess.
Terrible old Twilight Princess.
Oh, I like Twilight Princess.
I like Twilight Princess too, I just don't like that I have to be a dog for the first 3 hours of that game.
Felt like much longer than that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's fair. There's a lot of dog in that game.
And I think Midna's an annoying, more annoying than Navi ever was. I hate her fucking smug laugh. Her, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, dumb bitch. I don't care that you become hot at the end of this game. Just shut up.
She does come pretty hot, man.
So, do you have any questions now that I've played actual Nioh? Anybody want to know anything?
Yeah, I did want to know. I don't know how much you'll know about this since the game just started, but I've heard that like the character creation and like the customizability and all that is on a level pretty close to Dark Souls, if not like even more customizable as far as like magic is concerned, because apparently there's a ton of crazy stuff you can do and it's really deep. I mean, what's your experience been so far? Obviously, you're just kind of starting, so I don't know if you have.
I've put a few points into magic.
Okay.
I can create like 2 talismans. I think fire and water right now. I don't find myself using it very often, but then again, I'm not far enough in the game where magic has really come to play a key role. The weapons, like being able to customize like your weapons themselves is really leaps and bounds above Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Because, you know, like how like in Bloodborne it's like, oh, you found the bone saw, oh, you found the impaler, you found the blunderbuss.
Yeah.
And you only find like one of these items. In Nioh, you find multiples of different rarities. They used like the Blizzard color scale for rarities.
Okay.
And as you use a weapon, its familiarity goes up. So, like, it can have anywhere between, like, 100, like, 50, all the way up to 1,000 familiarity. And once it gets once you've used it enough to get its familiarity all the way up, some items have, like, a special unlockable ability that they get.
Okay.
Then you can take that weapon and reforge Soul Bind, Soul Combine, some shit like that. At the Forge, which takes the special ability and some of the attributes of that weapon and combines it with a new weapon.
Okay.
So you can take, like, you can have this badass spear that's like, oh, my blocking takes away half of what it normally does from my ki, which is your stamina. And then you can throw it on a badass dual swords, like I did. That's what I did. These badass dual swords. And now my dual swords give me more health when I attack, and blocking is only a third. Only takes a third of what it normally would from my ki.
Okay.
And it lets you just continue customizing and building upon weapons as you go. There's
Okay.
what I really like is there's two different types of currency. You have like your souls, and you have money. You use money to make weapons, forge weapons, buy stuff, buy weapons, buy items, and you use souls just to level up. It's the only thing you use souls for is to level up.
Oh, that's really nice, actually.
It's really nice, especially when money. Every enemy drops money. Every enemy drops money. I'm sitting at close to 100,000 money right now,
Nice.
and it's just
Okay.
and that doesn't drop when you die. The money does not drop. Just your souls
That's actually really nice.
and your guardian spirit.
So you get to keep your money forever.
You get to keep your money forever until you spend it. But
And even if you spend it, you don't lose your money.
no, you spend it and then you lose it. The weird thing is though, there's guardian spirits throughout the game which imbue your weapon with certain abilities. If you die and you have multiple guardian spirits, and you don't get back to your body, and you die again, you lose the guardian spirit forever.
Oh, really? Oh, that's actually pretty rough.
Yeah, so like right now I only have one, thankfully, but I was watching an LP of it yesterday, and this guy had like a dragon animal spirit thing, and he died, and then he was like, oh, I'm gonna go swimming, and he jumped in the water, and jumping in the water instantly kills you, and he didn't know that. And he like threw his controller, threw his headset down, and walked out of the room.
GG.
So I was like, oh, that's lovely. The good thing is you can call back your, like, from a shrine, which are like the bonfires, you can call back your animal spirit if you don't think you're going to get there.
Okay.
You lose all your souls, but you get to keep your animal spirit. Your animal spirit comes back to you.
Hmm.
So there's really neat, nice things that this game does. I have really no complaints, except maybe the visuals look a little dated.
Okay.
But aside from that, I think the game is, like I said, it's one of the best games I've played on the PS4.
Okay. That's good to know. Even better than Bloodborne?
Let me get further into Nioh. Come back to me on that.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm having more fun with Nioh than I did, less frustration and more fun with Nioh than I did with Bloodborne.
Okay.
Like, the combat, I just think that the work that Team Ninja did on the combat with Nioh is amazing. I think that it's leaps and bounds better than what From Software does.
Okay.
So
I'll have to check this out.
that's why I want you to play it, because I want to know if it's just like, if I'm jaded because I don't like the Souls games as much as you do, or if this game is really that good. I need a buffer.
It's really that good.
Alright.
Hollow, you should pick this up.
Nioh?
Yeah, you should pick Nioh up.
Nioh, my god.
I may consider it.
Perhaps.
I had to trade stuff in and buy a card and buy mine digitally because nobody has it in stock, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went to order it off of Amazon last night, and it was like, yeah, it'll ship within 2 months. And I went, nah.
No thanks. No thanks.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
just to give you a heads up on that. Moving on, though. I got a phone call from GameStop today, by the way.
Oh, what did they say? Were they like, hey, don't say bad things that are true about us?
No. My local GameStop called and was like, hey, we're doing a Power Up Rewards weekend, and you're a Power Up
Okay.
Rewards member. It was like a real person, like a dude from the store was like, he kept calling me Guy. He's like, yeah, Guy, you should come in, Guy. And I'm
They're
sitting
really
there,
dialing up the charm, apparently.
I'm sitting there like making bacon, and he's like, yeah, Guy, you totally come in. Totally come in and Power Up Rewards weekend, Guy. And I'm like, do I be a dick and be like, are you guys Amazon? And when he's like, no, I'll be like, oh, never mind, and hang up the phone. But I wasn't. I was like, yeah, totally, I'll totally be in, Guy. And he was like, thanks, Guy. We'll see you next time, Guy. And I was like,
It's a rewards weekend, though. They're really trying to bring back the people, I guess. Sorta. Kind of.
Like, I kind of want to, like, I wanted to ask him if he was Amazon. The other thing I wanted to ask him was, like, no, because I'm going to come in and ask for a new release game, and you guys are going to be like, no, we don't have that game in stock, even though there's a pile of them sitting by your feet.
Wow, okay. Oh.
So, like, I'm half tempted
Yeah.
to go in and be like, you guys hiding anything back there? And then just leave.
What you got back there?
What are you hiding back
Looks
there?
What you hiding?
It looks like you got some nice things back there. What you got?
What you got?
What you got back there?
So yeah, it just took me by surprise. Caleb, what's going on in the news? Let's go to Caleb's news corner.
Yeah, let's pull up. There's some things going on. Just give me 1 second while I'm getting killed by a dog. One thing I can say while I'm getting killed by the dog. So Castlevania has a series coming out on Netflix as of later this year. We literally know nothing about it other than that it's Castlevania, and it's a series on Netflix. It could potentially be cartoon. It sounds like there's a rumor that the Frederator Studios, who made Fairly Odd Parents and some of Nickelodeon's other TV shows, is behind it. But nobody really knows anything other than it's coming.
And that it's going to be violent.
And that it's going to be dark and violent, apparently.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. So that's something to look forward to. They better not fuck it up. They better not fuck that up.
See, I was kind of upset because I was really hoping that they were going to announce the Zelda one. Like, the Zelda thing's been an unconfirmed / pretty much confirmed rumor since 2015.
Oh, yeah, I remember the rumors of that one. There was, like, rumors of a live-action Zelda series. But, yeah, no, nothing so far.
Yeah, it blows my mind a little bit. I know the For Honor beta is going on right now. We should definitely jump into that at some point.
I was going to jump into that this weekend, yeah.
Is that this weekend? I know they had a closed one a few weeks back, because I saw a bunch of people playing it.
The open beta started today.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe we could give that a try. It looks sort of interesting.
I was watching some of the YouTubers I was watching them play the beta for that and the beta for Injustice 2. And For Honor looks like a lot of fun. But only if you have other people to play it with. Like, I think the minute that you're playing it by yourself, you're going to be like, this game is dumb.
Okay.
Whereas Injustice just looks like another really solid single-player fighting game.
It kind of looks like a third-person version of, what was that super realistic PC game where you have, like, teams of hundreds going on against each other in medieval warfare? Was it Chivalry?
Yep.
It looks kind of like a third-person action version of that, which is a bad thing.
Except it's Vikings, samurais, and knights.
It's because I see this game and I'm just thinking Dynasty Warriors in my mind, and it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
I really wish it was.
Someday you'll get another Dynasty Warriors, Hollow. You can dream.
No, but like I want like Dynasty Warriors multiplayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that would have happened already?
I'm sure it exists in Japan.
Everything exists in Japan.
But not here.
Not here.
Isn't there a Dynasty in Japan?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Like,
that'd actually be really cool.
This game just reminds me of Souls Dynasty Warriors. Like, why? Why can't that be a thing?
Souls Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah.
Like, in what way? Like,
because the combat's sort of Dark Souls PvP.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then like a lot of the screenshots have like lots of like little enemies running around, but it's not Dark Souls PvP.
No.
The combat in For Honor looks like it's very strategic and kind of like don't fuck up and don't miss with an attack and you're fucked.
Yeah, it looks super Dark Souls, Bloodborne style strategic and all that kind of stuff, which is fun.
But there's not a bunch of like a million different enemies you get to fight before you get to fight a dude. It's just like 3 or 4 of these like 2-on-1s or 1-on-1s or 3-on-1s over and over and over again.
Like Chivalry.
Like Chivalry.
But third person. Well, we'll see how it plays. But so there's a beta going on right now. This open beta.
Yep, open beta started today.
Have confirmation on that.
We do have confirmation on that.
Might have to try that this weekend.
Is it? I saw on Twitter that someone was talking about it. Did the Fractured But Whole get delayed again?
It did get delayed again. I just saw that, but I didn't actually read the article. Oh, now I'm getting killed by crows. This game, man, I'm so terrible at it now. Also, just a random aside, Legend of Zelda 2 for the NES had its 30th anniversary a couple weeks ago, and nobody cared, because it's Zelda 2. So, I don't know if you guys care about that, but some websites actually made the effort to write articles about it.
I don't know why. It's not a very good game.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people don't like it. I don't know if it's necessarily a bad game so much as it's just very different from Zelda 1, which is why people don't like it or didn't like it. But it's always been the redheaded stepchild of the Zelda series, so even though it's 30 years old, nobody really seemed to care. But,
I liked it at the time, but
I've never managed to play it all the way through. It is an interesting game, but it is hard. It is very hard. And it's just,
How hard is it, Caleb?
Oh man, it's so fucking hard. We gotta stop saying that. So now, oh shit. Okay, so it was supposed to come out. It was shuffled to late Q1,
right,
as of a few months ago, and now it's gotten pushed back to just next fiscal year, whatever that means.
I heard. I thought it was Q1 or Q2 fiscal year, April to May, March to April. I mean.
I mean, all it says is that the sequel is now primed for release in Ubisoft's next fiscal year, ranging from April to March 2008. No specifics, but theoretically it won't be that long. I mean, I can't imagine they would push it back 8 months. But
I'm really pissed about this, by the way.
Yeah, actually, I had forgotten this game was coming out, but I remember being really excited when I saw the trailers. Because, I mean, the first game was, fucking way better than it had any right to be. That game was amazing. What was it? South Park Stick of Truth?
Right.
That game deserved to be played more than it was. I don't know if a lot of people really took the effort, but I think it sold decently well, but not amazingly. Enough to make a second one at least. But deserves way more attention.
What pisses me off the most about Fractured But Whole, before we move on?
Yeah.
I pre-ordered that game through Ubisoft directly. They took the money for the entire total for that game already from me.
So you can't cancel it?
I tried to cancel it and they told me no.
We've already taken your money.
So I'm sitting here with a pre-order for South Park Fractured But Whole on PS4 that I paid for back the day of E3.
Wow.
When it was supposed to be coming out in November.
Yeah, wait, wow.
That's 2 years.
It's some horrible customer service.
And I sent them an email, when it first got pushed back. I was like, hey, listen, this game got pushed back. I don't know if I'm still going to want it come then. Can you please refund my pre-order for me? Give me my $65 back. Yeah. They were like, nah.
No, you're not allowed.
Nah, guy. Nah. It's our money now. Were they offering anything really special through the Ubisoft store specifically when you did pre-order it?
No,
I was just wondering why you went through.
No, you got what everybody else got, which was Stick of Truth on PS4 for free.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Oh, yeah, because they had that promotion going. Yeah.
So.
And then, well, this is awkward.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here now. Now I'm really pissed, and I'm like, "Come on, just give me." Now I'm just give me my fucking money back. Seriously,
that sucks. That sucks really bad. It's a bunch of horse shit.
All right, what else we got in the news?
What else do we have in the news? Let's see. We talked about the Zelda thing. Final Fantasy 15 broke even as far as money the day of release, apparently. It sold well enough in its first day /week to make all its money back. which is actually really good because that game is actually really good. So that's pretty surprising, but it's still cool. It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, just a random note that because that came up while I was looking. Fire Emblem Heroes came out, which is a mobile version of Fire Emblem. Have you guys tried that out yet?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I've heard about it.
Is it really?
Everyone says right.
I've heard some people saying it's good, and some people saying that it's a stereotypical mobile game. So I'm not really sure.
It relies too heavily on RNG.
Oh.
So like, if your RNG's really, really, really good, then you're like, yeah, this game's awesome. I've terrible luck with random number generators, so it's just like, oh, I just lose. Fuck this game.
Yeah.
And
all right.
Put no more time in it.
It didn't even seem like there was a lot of fanfare when it dropped. I just suddenly saw reviews for it. So, well, I don't know. Some people were waiting for it. Nintendo's having some trouble figuring out their mobile strategy.
Well, it's new to them, right?
It is, but hopefully they'll figure that out. What else is going on in the news? I just passed something really quick that I wanted to.
Nioh came out.
Nioh did come out. So Nioh has not only mimic chests but mimic walls. Just so you know, as you're going through it.
Wait, mimic walls?
Yeah, so they're like, you know how like in Dark Souls and in Bloodborne there are in like illusionary walls where you have to hit the wall for it to open up, and then there's like secret stuff behind it.
Yes.
Nioh's like that, except the wall will attack you. So just be aware of that.
Is it like Dark Souls where it just kills me instantly?
No. It sounds like even the mimics don't kill you instantly. It sounds like if you do like special emoticons, you can actually get it to open without hurting you. But if you fuck up the emoticon, then it'll bite you and do a bunch of damage, but maybe not kill you.
That's cute. Sounds like a really cute mechanic.
It sounds really interesting, and apparently the walls are the same way. But if you spot the wall and you like roll into it or you attack it, then it will attack you, and it will do a lot of damage if you're right next to it. If you do like an emoticon to it, you can potentially get it to open up without hurting you. If you fuck up the emoticon, then it will attack you. So you have to be super careful with these illusionary walls, these mimic walls. Just a random aside, because there was like an article about that people started finding those, and they were dying all kinds of horrible ways while they were trying to figure them out. Now
I'm scared.
People are already
roll into walls, Chris.
Just be really careful with the walls. People are beating. Also random note, just while I'm looking at stuff. People are beating speedruns of Resident Evil 7 with nothing but the knife.
Oh, cool.
So that's cool, I guess. Brazzers did a Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain parody.
Did they? Oh, I gotta look this up.
For anyone who really needs some live action Phantom Pain porn. It's really bad.
Yeah, hold on.
I hear some unzipping.
No unzipping. Just looking.
Oh, you know how I think it was actually last week we briefly talked about that game Drawn to Death that had like the high schooler art style and was like an MMO shooter game, like action game. David Jaffe.
Right.
Oh, well, we did talk about that for like a few minutes, either last week or the week before. But it actually finally has a release date. It's coming out in April on PlayStation Network. And I think it's a free-to-play setup, but I'm not sure.
What the fuck is this?
Are you still watching the...
I'm watching the trailer. It's a minute and 19 seconds long. It's bad.
Sure it is. Scalebound got canceled as of like a week or two ago. I don't know if we mentioned that at all.
I don't think so.
Pokemon Sun and Moon's third global mission was a success, despite the first two being horrible failures.
It's because they made it doable.
Yeah.
I thought about participating, and then I got bored.
And then you got bored.
Because there's nothing to do in the game after you beat it. Like, after you kind of do most of the stuff. Like, I got my team, most of my team.
Yeah.
And, it's like I have nothing else to do.
Retro Studios is hinting at something that they're making, but the hints are extremely vague, and nobody has any idea what they're doing. So, that's cool, but they seem to be working on something. Did you just send us the link to the... Oh, good.
That
To the Phantom Pain porn parody. And that's about it. There's not a ton of stuff going on. There's a lot of good games coming out in the next couple weeks as the year starts to really heat up. What was it? We got Horizon Zero Dawn is in 3 weeks, right?
the link I just shared in chat is not safe for work, guys.
It's not. So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn's in 3 weeks. Nier Automata is in 2 weeks, which I'm super hyped for. Zelda comes out obviously the very beginning of March, as well as the Switch and all the games that come. Well, all of its quote unquote release games, which I'm sure everyone's super excited for. I kind of am, but that's neither here nor there. I still might buy one. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly just the year getting going as opposed to a lot of things happening in the news right now, it seems like.
Yeah, it's there doesn't seem to be much news.
Yeah, which is why I went through like a month's worth of, or not a month, I went through like a week's worth of news just now, and most of it was just like, yeah, little things here and there, but nothing really big. Ukulele comes out in April, and it's already gone.
Wait, breaking news from chat. Miyamoto has confirmed that Link's full name is Link.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not real. I'm pretty sure he's just trolling super hard. But people got all up in arms about it.
His name, from the creator of the character, said that his name is Link.
Pretty sure he's just trolling super hard. Yeah, so how about that Link, Kaleb?
Link.
How about that Link, huh?
Like, I see people get now that I've looked this up, I've seen people getting super upset about the fact that they said the Master Sword can break in Breath of the Wild, and that doesn't bother me at all. But
wait, I thought all of your weapons in Breath of the Wild could break except the Master Sword.
No, they've confirmed that the Master Sword can break.
Oh shit! Well, all right, that's cool, I guess. Exciting.
What I really hope is that the Master Sword breaks and you have to like go find pieces of the Triforce to forge into it to make a better sword. Like the Super Master Sword.
I hope I could see that, and that's kind of a cool idea. I hope that if it can break, it's not like it breaks and it just disappears from your inventory. I hope it's like a Dark Souls style where you can take it somewhere to actually get it fixed as opposed to just losing it forever.
That'd be really bad if the Master Sword could break forever.
I think that's why people are worried, but I would hope they wouldn't do something that ridiculous.
I don't think they would.
I guess we'll see. I wouldn't expect them to.
But then again, they just named him Link.
Is that really such a surprise, though? Well, not... I don't know if that was like...
It is, Kaleb. It is. It really is.
Mario's name is Mario, and Luigi's name is Luigi Mario.
No, Miyamoto's
He said that before, too.
No, Miyamoto's come out and said that Mario's last name is not Mario.
You sure?
Yeah, that he was pissed that they gave that his name was Mario in the movie. He hated it.
Did they say that in the movie? I thought that was like...
That's where Mario originally came from, was the damn movie.
See, that's why I'm pretty sure that he's trolling when he says Link.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Either he's trolling
this video, and I can't watch it now while we're on the podcast, or everybody will hear the video.
Either he's trolling as a joke, or he literally is so old he doesn't care anymore, and he's just like, whatever, fuck it. His last name's Link 2. Get out of my face. Like, I don't.
Not Link 2.
Well,
Link.
No, his last name is Link as well.
Right.
Link T-O-O.
I just wish that he would have just come out and been like, he doesn't have a last name. His name is Link. Congratulations.
I don't understand why he needs a last name if all of the heroes are technically not necessarily related.
But they are related.
Are they... I can't remember... Did we have this argument? Like, they're a direct line, but they're not always a direct bloodline? It's like a spiritual thing? I don't remember how it works.
Except in Skyward Sword, they show that it's a bloodline.
That's right. We did have this argument.
Yes.
Except in the case of Wind Waker, because the hero disappears or something.
Nope. Same bloodline. He's distantly related to the original Link.
Okay. Well, either way, he's
Because spoilers.
He's Link McLink.
Spoilers for Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword, you fight the big bad looking fucking evil thing, which is actually like the heart of evil.
Chris Gannon.
No, it's not Ganon. He creates Ganon. And he curses. You get
Chris Gannon the first.
Chris Gannon the first. That's my dad.
It was a joke.
And it ends up cursing Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf. To their children will carry this curse down throughout the ages, and they will constantly be in battle with each other.
Oh, that's right, because it was like they wanted to make. Apparently, Ocarina of Time wasn't enough of a beginning. They needed another beginning.
Right, so, Skyward Sword is the beginning of the game. So it's Skyward Sword, and then Ocarina, I believe, and then the latest game is Legend of Zelda.
Yes, they fucked themselves up pretty bad.
Well, Link 2. Zelda 2, Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening. The
great.
Adventures of Link is the furthest one in the Zelda timeline.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
I'm really hoping that this now takes place after all that shit.
Link.
With Link.
It's Link. Yeah, I wonder how this like slightly sci-fi-ish thing is gonna work into the rest of it. I guess we'll just see.
I'm calling it now that this is going to be the latest game, like timeline-wise. This is happening at the latest point in time.
I could see that
because we have no. There's never been a callback to sci-fi anything in any of the other Zelda games.
No, not at all.
So it's like when they designed Skyward Sword, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna throw in all this stuff that we referenced in all these other games." Whereas in this, it's like there's never been like, "Oh, that might have been at one time a giant robot."
Sweet, just bring in the giant robots. This is fine.
I'm really excited for Breath of the Wild.
I am too. And I'm sure a lot of people are. Well, a lot of people are in general.
I told you, don't buy a Switch, though.
Don't. I might have. But oh man, the Switch is looking pretty good.
No, what you do is you wait till the day after Switch comes out. You go buy a used Wii U from GameStop for $100. You buy the new Zelda game. You go home. You play the new Zelda game. When you're done with it, you take the Wii U back and Zelda back and be like, "Oh, this doesn't work." You take your money back, and then you rub your hands together and laugh on your way home. Or you keep your Wii U, and you're like, "Oh, I want to play the Mario game on this, and I want to play this on this, and I want to play that on this." And then you spent $100, and you have a system with an established library with like 12 to 15 games that you can play that are decent.
But then I don't have a Switch.
Right.
But I want a Switch.
But if you buy a Switch, then you have, what, one game that you really want to play?
And I can buy a Switch and then I can get Nioh for it.
No, you can't get Nioh for the Switch.
Just get Nioh. We'll get Nioh on the Switch.
Fucking Xbot didn't even get Nioh.
No, it's only... Is it a PS4 exclusive? I didn't
realize
that.
It is a PS4 exclusive.
I can see that happening with Team Ninja.
But it's a Tecmo Koei game.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Well, then I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what the plan was. I started the game up.
I thought it was going to be a Team Ninja game, and Tecmo Koei came out, and I went, wait, the fucking people that made Dynasty Warriors made this game that everybody's shitting their pants over right now?
It is Team Ninja, though, too, right?
Yeah, they designed the combat system.
Okay.
But I still can't get over the fact that Tecmo Koei has created a game that the masses are shitting their pants over.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, actually. That's a great thing. It's good to see them coming out strong in this generation, because I don't know what else they've had this generation that I can think of.
I'm calling it now. Tecmo Koei is going to become the new Konami, like old school Konami.
I'd actually be really fine with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Like,
it's all good to me.
Because they're the Tecmo Koei is slowly becoming like that weird Japanese developer that's like, Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Whatever.
Well, I mean, what was the last game they made? I'm trying to remember. Besides, like, the Dynasty Warriors
Attack on
titles.
Titan?
Did they make the Attack on Titan games for, like, 3DS and...
No, for the PS4. I'm pretty sure that was Tecmo Koei.
Was there a PS4 one? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What is the last thing Team Ninja did?
Bayonetta 2?
Wait, did they? I thought that was all Platinum.
I thought that Team Ninja helped work on Bayonetta 2.
Well, maybe they did. Oh. Well.
I'm looking up Tecmo Koei right now if you want to look up Team Ninja.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Oh, random thing while we were talking about just news in general that we did not talk about because it happened on Friday, and I guess I forgot to mention it because it was a week ago. We've talked about it already, but the new PlayStation update, which is in beta right now, allows you to attach an external hard drive through a USB and then just use it with your PS4, which is pretty fucking awesome. Finally, we get the option to do that.
I thought we did discuss this.
We did, but not on the podcast. It was like Friday morning, right?
Yeah, it was Friday morning that went into effect.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, we discussed this elsewhere.
They did Hyrule Warriors Legends. They did Dead or Alive Extreme 3. They did the City of Final Fantasy. And they're working on the Fire Emblem Warriors game.
They're also working on the Berserk Dynasty Warriors game.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is that them or is that Tecmo Koei?
That's Tecmo Koei. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that's...
Okay, yeah. I'm looking at Team Ninja specifically.
Before Nioh, they did Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13, Samurai Warriors Sada Maru, Deception 4, Knights of Azure, Nobunaga's Ambition,
Deception games are weird.
Dynasty Warriors 8, Fatal Frame, Hyrule Warriors.
Is that the Fatal Frame that didn't come out in the US?
Yeah, I think so. The black-haired Shrine Maiden.
Something like that.
Maybe that did come out. That was 2014. I've played a Fatal Frame game on the Wii U. That might be that one.
Okay, maybe that one did. I know a couple of them didn't for whatever reason. They just didn't port them to the US.
And Attack on Titan. And they're coming out with a new one, Attack on Titan Escape from Certain Death.
Escape from Certain Death. Yeah, I remember seeing like videos at one point of the Attack on Titan game. And it actually looked super interesting because you can literally like just shoot all over the place with your fucking Spider-Man things.
Yeah, except it's $60 and it's a $40 game.
Okay, I can understand that. That is some rough pricing, but it looked like they put a lot of decent work into it for whatever game or whatever amount of money you want to pay for it. So,
and if you've never seen Attack on Titan, it's worth it because it's just the entire first season, just through a video game.
Is it really? Okay, yeah. I actually still haven't watched the first season because I've been on the fence about it for 2 years now, actually. I was going to say, when did that first season even show up?
If they dubbed it, I'd watch it.
Did they still not dub it?
No, it's all subbed.
I thought they did I thought they did do that, and it was on Toonami?
No, it's been on Netflix. It's been on Netflix for a while. It's all just dubbed. It's all just subtitled, though.
It's all just dubstep.
Dubstep.
They just replaced all the dialogue with dubstep sounds.
It's like a Titan opens its mouth and it's like
the main character's like whoop 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 while he's talking about strategies.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Tecmo Koei is doing cool stuff. Nioh's a cool game. Lots of cool games coming out, and maybe people should pick up Nioh. Sounds pretty sweet to me. I'm going to pick it up at some point.
Racing John said also in the news, someone spent a lot of money in Fire Emblem Heroes already. This guy spent $1,000 on a mobile
and I
game.
heard he still didn't get like one of the rarest characters that he was trying to get.
Oh,
because he was so bad. Like,
yep,
it's fucked up. Super fucked up. Oh, RNG.
Yet they still don't have Hector.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was the character they were trying to get that they spent like $400 or $1,000 for.
I heard you could restart your game. I think, what is it? You delete it and you re-download it, and you can re-get your beginning team until you get the team you want.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could see that being a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nintendo's having some trouble with its mobile strategy, but it's figuring that out, I guess.
It's fine.
So it's, I guess it's fine. I don't know. So maybe give that a try. If you people have some free time, check it out. Tell us if it's any good. It's getting some mixed reviews from people, so who knows? But I don't know, might be worth some time since it's free to start with at least. I've heard it's...
but you got to pay $12.99 if you want to have a team of 5.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's what you spend money on is increasing the amount of characters you can have.
How many characters do you have if you don't pay?
3.
That's fucking stupid. So the game was way harder, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you drop the $12.99 to play the game basically. It's like Super Mario Run. Here's the first level for free. All right, now drop $12 and play the full game.
I thought it was a slightly different pricing model than Super Mario. What's it called? I thought they just decided to change it up because Mario did not actually make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I played Mario Run. I bought the whole thing. I played the whole thing to completion and unlocked all the fucking little houses and shit. And then I was like, all right, I'm done. Nothing left for me to do in this game.
Did you pay the $10 for it?
Yeah, of course I did.
I'm potentially thinking about trying it just because. I've heard if you really like collectathons and you like getting 100%, that it can give you quite a while of entertainment, but it still feels kind of bland by the end.
Yep. By the time you're like just doing player races and you have all the courses memorized and you're playing someone who you obviously can tell doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, it's just like, why must I wipe my floor with your ass?
All right.
It's just one of those things where it was like, oh, I want to collect everything, so I guess I just got to do the same race over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, it's a pain in the dick. I play Star Wars Heroes. That's like the game that I play the most on my phone.
I think I played that a little bit when it first came out. Is that the one that's like an RTS where you have a base and you attack other people's bases?
No, it's like a collectible card game kind of thing, but your cards have actual characters, and then it plays like a JRPG.
Oh, I was totally wrong. Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's a money suck though. Like, I've probably dropped like $100 on that game over like a year.
Huh.
Because that's what I do when I play mobile games.
Spends $100 in a year.
Well, yeah, like you'll be like, oh, I can drop $1 this week. I have an extra $1. I cooked at home all week. I can drop $1. That's less than what I would have done if we went out to eat tonight. $1. And then you do that just 2 or 3 times, and you're like, oh, look at this. I spent $100 by the end with everything said and done.
Nice.
No, not
nice.
Nice. How do you play mobile games? Is that your thing?
No, not one little bit.
I play mobile games that are like $3 that I can play forever, like Downwell. And that's about the limit of my mobile games.
I also play 2048 a lot.
What is 2048?
It's a grid puzzle-like game where you try to combine numbers, which doubles them, to try to add up to 2048. It's a lot of fun. And it's free.
I do know what that is. I remember my friends playing that not too long ago. That was a big deal at one point.
Yeah. And it's free, and I have a lot of fun with it. Because I like numbers. Because I'm weird.
What was I going to say? There are actually some really good mobile games here and there that are only like a couple bucks if you're willing to give the money for them. Like Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery was a mobile game. That game's amazing.
That's not available anywhere.
It's not available anymore or anywhere?
Anymore. You cannot
really?
You cannot find that game anywhere.
Why not? What?
I have no idea.
That's dumb. Game was really fucking good.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm sad.
There was also a really good game called Typing of the Bread.
That sounds very familiar.
That was a really good game.
Typing of the Bread.
Yeah, it was like Typing of the Dead, except it was like sentient cookie men. Like gingerbread men and stuff.
Alright. Are we, anything else going on?
No, you guys ready to wrap?
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right, guys, if you guys want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email to podcast@gamingdeath.com. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/gamingdeath. Remember, we are live each and every week on twitch.tv/gamingdeath at about 9:30 p.m. on Thursday nights. Make sure you guys go over to geekyantics.net, our mothership site, where you can find more awesome podcasts just like this. For instance, Horseplay Live, where they've been doing their Game of the Year awards for the past 6 weeks, called the Unicorn Poopies. So
For
Makes
6 weeks.
6 weeks, and I don't think they're done yet.
Oh, the Unicorn Poopies.
Called
Well,
Unicorn Poopies.
that might be worth people's time.
It's interesting because it's Yogi, so the reason that they're not done yet is he goes off on his weird tangents.
About every single game they give awards to.
Yeah, every single game. It's also where I've been
Yogi.
on the show for the Unicorn Poopies, and I've gotten very mad at Yogi because he called Overwatch a MOBA.
I do remember that. And
I
I remember
remember you
you
saying that, yep.
I remember you bringing that up in the text chat a few weeks back.
And I'm like, no, it's a class-based shooter. It's not a MOBA. And he's like, well, you have characters and they have ultimates. It's like a MOBA. And I was like, no, it's like Destiny. Your first-person shooter, classes with ultimates. Shut up. And he was like, no.
Destiny's
It's a
a
MOBA.
MOBA, Chris.
What?
Destiny's a MOBA.
Yeah, Destiny's a MOBA.
Destiny's
And
a
so,
MOBA.
and don't you know Call of Duty's never had ultimates?
Did you know? You know what else has actually MOBA? Now that I think about it, Team Fortress 2 is definitely a MOBA.
Oh yeah, TF2 is totally a MOBA.
TF2 is MOBA.
100% a MOBA.
It's because there's characters that have ultimates, and you capture points. That's why it's a MOBA. And I went, there's no lanes.
Yeah, MOBAs are way more strategic, I would say. Like Battleborn's clearly a MOBA because it's very.
That's what I said. And he's like, oh, Battleborn and Overwatch are the same game. And I'm like, no, that's the problem. Everybody says that they're the same game, and they're not, just because they're both first person and came out around the same time.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Oh, but we're wrapping up. So, but go over and listen to Horseplay Live and tell Yogi that he's wrong.
He's just wrong.
He's just wrong.
So, yeah. But that's going to do it for tonight. I'm Chris.
I'm done.
No, she's sleeping. You're not
Oh,
I'm hollow.
he's hollow.
done. And
Who
Caleb,
are you?
I'm done.
No, Dawn's sleeping. You can't be Dawn.
Oh.
No,
Damn
she's
it.
right here, Chris.
No, I can see
I'm
her
right,
ass
I'm
from where
right
I'm
here,
sitting.
Chris. I don't know why she sounds like Mickey Mouse.
I don't know why she's in Canada either.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We're done here. No, restart the podcast.
That's it. Restart, yeah. Just restart everything we fucked up.
Have a good night, everybody.
I guess.
Bye.